All right, we're ready for some setup of Race Manager. So after you've done the installation, you're ready to go. Very first thing you're going to see is probably this: there's no Race database installed. The Race Manager database is available online. It's part of the new installation, so you'll probably see that there. And the very first thing it's going to do is give you that master update. And again, only do master updates if you're doing something major like a new installation. Any other time that you see something about no database or a master update, don't do them, as you're kind of deleting all of your history if it's not backed up. So for a new setup, you'll hit browse, you'll come in here, you'll know where you saved that file, and hopefully I can remember. But there we go, Race Master, and it'll always have one string of numbers after that. So this is kind of the default right now in 2015. The 10.15 is kind of the starter level, and obviously that's without a rider update, and we'll go into a rider update in another video, but I just more or less want to go through track setup in this video and keep these things short and sweet so you can pick out what you need. The master update is ready to go. It's got its file path, and you're just going to click update. It is going to give you a notice that restoring the database will clear member IDs. Of course, you don't have member IDs yet anyway, so no worries on that. Click yes to continue, and it'll go through its process. Don't be alarmed if that goes a lot slower than you just seen. Computer speed is all based on that, and you definitely have nothing to worry about if it's going very slow. Just let it do its thing, and you will get this database restore that it's been installed once you're successful. At that point, you will see that down at the bottom you'll have a program version and a database version. That database version is going to be the same as that file name that you just put in, and again the program version will be match what you just installed from the website. Once you're all set up, the very first thing you got to do before you head anywhere is into the preferences, and at any time if any of this seems like it's going a little fast, make sure you step back and watch the introduction video that kind of gives you an introduction to all the menus. But we're going to set ourselves up here. It's always defaulted to track 1, so if you see Chandler, that means you haven't set yourself up yet. Same goes for setting up a race. If you see Chandler BMX, that's track number 1. That's our home track down the road here. And if you're seeing that track, you definitely need to go in here and set up your track settings. When you jump in here, you'll see all the tracks we have listed, so find your track in there. For testing purposes, we'll go ahead and use Black Mountain BMX right up the road from Chandler here. And again, it's going to ask you for the track name. It's going to ask you for the address. And completely drawing a blank on that address out there at Black Mountain BMX. But you'll need to put your address in there. And then again, you want to put your city in there, the state. If you're a Canadian track, choose your country. This is not the postal code for Phoenix, it's the postal code for Gilbert, where our office is. And again, we're just going to go ahead and put the office phone number. So there's the number. If you're having any problems with this stuff, give us a call. But I've got everything in there. That's pretty much going to set up the preferences for the track. Obviously, if you need to run through any of the other preferences, take a look back at the introduction video, and we go through every bit of these preferences. But for right now, we're just going to set the track up, which we've done that. If the track has a logo, we've defaulted to the BMX logo there. But if they've got their own logo or you have your own logo, choose load and then browse to the file where that logo is and upload your logo, and that'll be for the moto sheets. And the last part of the track setup is going to be the member numbers. This is the important part. You need to request a new range before you can do any sort of registration, as new members are added through the method with your track number and a serial number attached to that track number. So we do need that, and all you need to do is request a new range. And when you get there, it's going to have you call us. Choose any of us. If the first one doesn't answer, Text works great for these because we've got to access kind of an online database anyway, and it takes us just a couple minutes to do. So if you send us an email or a text, we'll be able to look that information up and get it right back to you within just a couple minutes. Usually a phone call, especially on the weekend, is going to take us into a point where we may be telling you, text us the numbers so we can get on our phone and look this information up. But either way, we'll get it to you in just a few minutes. So those are our contact numbers there. Those are all weekend numbers, and obviously during business hours during the week, give us a call at our extensions. If one doesn't answer, again, try the next. One of the three of us will get to you. The range start and range end is something we'll give you over the phone or email back to you, and the validation code. But in order to do that, we need this registration key. So once you give us those two things, the track number and the registration key, we'll be able to give you the range start and the range end along with a validation code. So those three things, once you've done that, you'll hit save and all of your numbers will be in there. At that point, you're set up, you're ready to do registration and memberships. And then in the next video, we'll be setting up an event and moving forward with registration.